I posted a New Year's resolution right near the first of the year, encouraging parents to use Old Western culture with their children. And I got a great response from that. A lot of people don't realize that Old Western culture is something that can easily be used with parents and adults. And more than that, we encourage parents to use it with their children. So here's the challenge. Make 2015 the year you get a classical education with your kids, and do so guided by Wes Callahan. We're going to center this around our newest release, the Aeneid. And so here's how it works. Do this course with your children, and if you complete it by May 15th, we will send you the next unit, the Historians, or any unit of your choice of Old Western culture, completely for free. So here's what you have to do. You have to watch all 12 lectures with your kids. If your kids are too young or if they've graduated, you can do it with another adult. The requirement is that you're a parent. And you have to read the readings. The Aeneid is arguably the most influential, after the Bible, book in Western civilization, and certainly among the best and the most influential. And so read the readings. There's also Ovid, Lucretius, and Statius. Most of those are included. The three of those are included in the workbook, which are just small excerpts. The main book is the Aeneid. This is what you'll have to get through. And answer at least one workbook question, and it can be written or oral. You can just discuss it with someone else. You don't have to write it down. And do all of this by May 15th. So watch the lectures, read the book, do at least one discussion question for each assignment, and let us know by May 15th. And then you can choose any unit of your choice from Old Western culture, or the next one, which is the Historians. And as they often say in the ads, but wait, there's more. We also have a coupon code to help you get started that applies to any Old Western culture product. Use Challenge 2015 in the checkout at romanroadsmedia.com, and you'll get 20% off your entire order of Old Western culture materials in your cart. So make 2015 the year that you as a parent get to have the education you have wanted to give your kids or are giving your kids, and do so with Wes Callahan as your guide. Wes Callahan is known as a master storyteller, and I do not believe there's a better or more enjoyable way to learn the great books than through Old Western culture. Thanks, and see you in May. Look forward to hearing from you. Happy New Year.
So Rome is an idea here, and when Jupiter says to Venus, "For the Romans I set no limits, world or time, but make the gift of empire without end," the early Christians connected this in their minds with the prophecies in the Old Testament writings of the gospel, the knowledge of the Lord covering the earth as the waters cover the sea, and chills went down their spine. This is why I said in a previous lecture that Virgil was so esteemed and reverenced in the Middle Ages in what we call Christendom, because they saw the value of reading this book. Of course, the Aeneid has always been loved primarily because it's just a great story. It's really delightful, full of perceptive insights into human nature, and it's got a great plot. But also the Christians saw that this idea that the Romans had about who they were tells us perhaps one reason why God chose to have his church born in the Roman Empire, because that empire had this idea. Or perhaps to turn this thought around, God prepared this empire for the sake of the coming of the church in it. Second mistake. The first mistake was getting involved with her. The second mistake was not telling her when he started making secret plans. And then as she ends her angry railing at him, he says this. He says, "As for myself, be sure I shall never deny all you can say, Your Majesty." Your Majesty, ooh, that's cold. He's probably been calling her babe all winter. But Your Majesty, something's changed in this relationship. Never will the memory of Elissa stale from me. Elissa is her Phoenician name. While I can still remember my own life and the spirit rules my body. It's like, oh, don't worry, I still love you. As to the event, a few words. Do not think I meant to be deceitful and slip away. And then listen to this line. I never held the torches of a bridegroom, never entered upon the pact of marriage. Oh man. He knows that all winter long she's been calling this marriage, but he hasn't. And yet he never told her he hasn't. He's been letting her go on under her self-delusion. Oh, this is a marriage of love. This is a heart marriage. And he's never said, no, not to me.